Hi, this is the second video in a series of 5 videos on 5 tips how to deal with the effects of stress on your mind and the body. As stated previously, in this video we're going to talk about the basics of physical and the mental relaxation. So how can you achieve that? The best way to do that is by learning to basically use your lungs through the deep abdominal breathing, which means that you need to learn to to take your time and just practice conditioned breathing, where you will actually control your ins and your outs through a certain period of time. I know a lot of people, when I talk about this, say, well, listen, we breathe all the time, because without breathing, we'll all be dead, which is perfectly understandable. However, the reason why stress occurs in many situations is purely for 2 reasons. First, it's through neurological irritation, which then causes a physiological or the body reaction, which is the shallow breathing. The shallow breathing, through this psychological irritation, could be of any nature, then influences your rhythmic or your rhythm of your breathing and the depth of your breathing as well, which is basically how much you effectively use the capacity of your lungs. There is no difference in terms of the volume of oxygen or the air you intake into your lungs in terms of oxidation of your blood and how much oxygen is going to be distributed through your bloodstreams into your body cells. Whether you breathe minimally or you breathe deeply through this abdominal breathing, it will not affect the actual distribution of the oxygen in your bloodstream. So that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is something else. And here we're talking about the fact that deep abdominal breathing is important in order to relax you neurologically, which means to relax your sympathetic nervous system and basically to allow your mind, through your muscular relaxation, to relax. This is the key point of deep abdominal breathing, and it is the main reason why I actually really work very hard with all my clients and then evolve into many other different techniques once you start understanding the basics of this, which then involve visualizations and different ways of conditioning your mind through the deep abdominal breathing. So without further ado, let's go into the first technique, how you can do that. The best way to start, in my opinion, is if you can be seated down and make sure that you're relaxed, that your shoulders are fully relaxed, not like this or anything like that, but they have to be relaxed. The posture has to be as straight as it can be. I know some people can do it with more ease, while other people can do it with less ease. It doesn't really matter. For as long as you do it, it will improve itself over the time. Also, if you're not used to this exercise, you may not have quite developed and strong core muscles around your torso, and that might be a bit of a problem. But like I said, there's no issue, because once you start doing this exercise, if you persist over a period of time, it will become a lot easier. So if you find it very difficult at the beginning to keep your body upright and at the same time keeping your shoulders instead of this, keeping them all the way down, which is very important, you may just as well sit down or be inclined, but not to be too much inclined, because if you're too much inclined, the angle at which the air is going to come into your lungs is not going to be correct, and that is going to cause you a bit of a strain. If there is strain coming from you, you won't be able to relax correctly, and that means you will be kind of like bordering on the relaxation and a little bit of tension as well. And the point of this exercise is to achieve relaxation. And that means, in the very beginning, until you gain the body strength you need not to keep your torso upright, is make sure that you are pumping or something like a few of these cushions right at the back of your body or your back, what have you, to keep you fully suspended, to keep you fully upright. Then, once you've done that, is just make sure that for a couple of seconds or 10 seconds or whatever it might be, find your rhythm, meaning start to really calm down. Start forgetting about things around you. Start, let's say, not thinking about anything. Just try to, whatever thoughts are coming into you, don't resist them, acknowledge them, what have you, but don't stick to them. Just let them fly away from your conscious screen. So, and the process should be all the way around for as long as you do this. There's no need to fight the thoughts, because if you do that, you'll then start becoming, again, tense. The point of this exercise is to be relaxed. So allow the thoughts to come in, observe them. Okay, I notice you're in. Let you go. Move on. Get out. But don't even say that. Just let them go. Let them fly like moving pictures. But do not attach to them. Not any of them. Because that is the point of sticking to them. That is the point of, again, tension. And the whole purpose of this exercise is to let go. Because that is the key point of relaxation. To let it go. So, when you find yourself in this position, when you're up straight and you are starting to relax, the thoughts are coming in and you let them go. Then you start breathing, which means your mouth is closed. Of course, you're breathing all the time, but this time you're breathing with a conscious awareness of your breath. So, in this case, you're using both nostrils, and sometimes it would be good to open them up. So what you can start is by using your sort of thumb, what have you, and go through one nostril at a time, just to open up, see how it works. So you can do this one here, and this nostril, and then do this. Then change the actual nostril, and then exhale to the other one. So you inhale to the left one, you exhale to the right. Now you change the whole thing. You're gonna inhale to this one here and exhale to this one here. Good. I'm happy. When both nostrils are open, that means that I can now start breathing, control breathing to both nostrils. So what I do now is I mentally count to 10, because I cannot count and breathe at the same time. So I'm going to breathe and I'm going to count to 10. When I reach the point of 10, I'm going to stop, or maybe even longer, depending on when I feel that my lungs are completely full. Then I'm going to pause for 2, which is 1, 2, and then I will start exhaling for 10. The important thing also is when you are practicing these particular exercises, that you actually start flowing and you start imagining when the actual sort of air goes through your nostrils all the way into your esophagus, down to into your lungs. You need to be basically imagining the air basically compressing down towards your dantian, which is a central point in your body, which is the cross section between the upper body and the lower body. This is the actual cross-section in the Chinese medicine, which is called the dantian. This is the energetic center. So you imagine all that positive energy coming from outside, which you're re-energizing your body. You're actually basically pushing it all the way down mentally while you're counting to 10. At the pause of 2, you're actually imagining that energy turning itself around, and basically you are pushing it up mentally through your lungs outside of yourself, and as you do so, you're actually releasing the negative energy. So that means you are discharging all this negativity that you've accumulated through the process of stress. All the negative thoughts and what have you, they've left a certain negative trademark at your subcellular level. In this way, you're actually dealing with it by mentally acknowledging it's there, and what you're doing now is saying, I'm now re-energizing myself through taking the good and positive energy in my body, which is going to regenerate me. At the same time, I am going to take this energy which I don't need, which came to me outside of my will, or me not being willing to have it here, and I want to take it out of my body because it's not good for me. And this is how it works. So while you're counting to 10, you're actually seeing and imagining that the air compressing all the way down towards your dantian and re-energizing, giving it really the positivity that you're looking for. And then reverse it back by saying, now, all this negativity that I am currently having and I don't need, I want it out. And this is the way how I'm going to take it out of my system, by simply collecting it in my dantian and basically releasing it through my nasal passageways out of my body and my being. So let's do it now. So I'm relaxed now. I'm going to start counting 1 to 10 myself and breathing using this technique I just explained. So okay, so now what I've done, I clearly feel that I'm getting sort of calmer. I've imagined that the fresh energy around me is coming straight into me, and I could see that while I was going counting to 10. I was imagining like a brilliant light coming inside of my body and literally energizing every single cell in my body, and I feel so good about it now. At the same time, when I got it down, I've just like turned it around inside my stomach, and then I felt, okay, the things I didn't like in the last couple of days, I feel them inside me, let me get them out, and that's what I've done. And it's a very, very powerful exercise once you start doing it. If this is not something that you are comfortable to do right now, being stood up or even being supported by the cushions or anything like that behind you, you're more than welcome to lay down and do this exercise in the same way. In which case then all you do is you lay down completely on the floor. You make sure there's something comfortable enough to lay down on, so you're not cold, it's not too hard, those sort of things. So it means that you're in a good place. Then, ideally, if you keep your eyes closed, because if you close your eyes, then it's good, but it's more advanced. And the reason for that is because you can only close your eyes when you really have full control of your body and how you actually control this process. Until you learn how to control this process, you're always best served to keep your eyes open, which means, in that case, there's less chance of you falling asleep. However, if you feel you're tired and you need a rest or you need to be re-energized in this way, there's no problem. By all means, close your eyes and perform this exercise in the same way I just explained, being or having your body upright while you're seated. The same technique applies, which means you lay down, give yourself a couple seconds or whatever you need in order to be fully in tune with the energies around you, and then slowly start breathing, counting to 10, at the same time imagining that light, the brilliant light, come into your body, energizing completely, and then you can turn around that energy and then encapsulate that, whatever it is you don't want within you right now, and then let it out. And you keep doing that until the moment you see and have a complete mental and physical relaxation. And you will know that because you will feel completely right. You'll feel like you're light, like the floating balloon or something like that, because there's literally no weight inside you. And at that point, while you're doing that, also as I said earlier, the most important thing is not to be basically enslaved by any thoughts that come into your conscious screen. Acknowledge them. They're here. Yes, you know that they're there. But at this moment, you choose not to get involved in what they're telling you. So the most important thing in all that is choose to be free. Choose to basically be something that you're not usually. This is very, very important. And this is enough for this part of the exercise, and in the next video we're going to talk about the sort of self-belief. Thank you. Goodbye.